Chapter 1 of Days with Great Poets. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information, or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Capricia Page. Days with Great Poets by May Clarissa Gillington Byron. Chapter 1 A Day with John Milton. About 4 o'clock on a September morning of 1665, when the sun was not yet shining upon his windows facing the artillery fields, and the autumnal dew lay wet upon his garden leaves, John Milton awoke with his customary punctuality, and, true to his austere and abstemious mode of life, wasted no time over comfortable indolence. He rose and proceeded to dress with the help of his manservant Green; for, although he was but 54 years in age, his hands were partially crippled with gout and chalkstones, and his eyes, clear, bright, and blue as they had always been to outward seeming, were both stone blind. Milton still retained much of that personal comeliness which had won him at Cambridge the nickname of Lady of Christ College. His original red and white had now become a uniform pallor. His thick light brown hair, parted at the top and curling richly on his shoulders, no close cropped round head this, was beginning to fade towards grey, but his features were noble and symmetrical. He was well built and well proportioned. He was justified in priding himself upon a personal appearance which he had never neglected or despised. In his own words, he was neither large nor small, at no time had he been considered ugly, and in his youth, with a sword by his side, he had never feared the bravest. Such was the man who now, neatly dressed in black, was led into his study upon the same floor as his bedroom, a small chamber hung with rusty green, and there, seated in a large old elbow chair, received the morning salutations of his 3 daughters. One after another they entered the room, and each bestowed a characteristic greeting upon her father. Anne, the eldest, a handsome girl of 20, was lame, and had a slight impediment in her speech. She bade him good morning with a stammering carelessness, and
Sample complete. Ready to continue?